Leading with vision and resilience in complex times. Abstract. The modern business landscape is highly uncertain and volatile, presenting immense challenges but also opportunities for agile organizations. This article explores key strategies for organizational leadership to thrive rather than merely survive in turbulent times. Cultivating a unifying vision, building resilience to weather shocks. Fostering collaborative partnerships and nurturing a culture of innovation are identified as critical leadership imperatives. By aligning purpose, anticipating risks, leveraging diverse perspectives, and continuously reinventing, companies can navigate complexity and disruption to emerge stronger. The article concludes that strategic focus on human and technological dynamics enables organizations to ride the waves of disorder rather than be overwhelmed by them. The modern business landscape is fraught with uncertainty and disorder. Globalization, technological disruption, geopolitical instability, and economic volatility create enormous challenges for organizational leadership. However, these chaotic conditions also present opportunities for agile companies that can adapt nimbly to change. Today, we will explore key strategies for leading an organization to thrive, rather than merely survive, when the world feels uncertain. Focusing on cultivating vision, resilience, collaboration, and innovation, a leader can chart a course for stability and growth even amid disruption. Cultivating a unifying vision. Research shows that effective leaders provide clarity of purpose during turbulent times, when the external environment brings questions and doubts. Internal cohesion and direction become paramount. Craig. 2018. A compelling vision serves as an anchoring force, uniting diverse stakeholders toward a shared goal. Cotter. 2012. To cultivate vision, articulate a succinct mission statement focused on core values and priorities, stated in a way that inspires others. For example, CVS Health's vision is helping people on their path to better health. Use visioning processes like scenario planning to examine plausible futures and strategy options. Unilever conducted extensive scenario planning to strategize responses to geopolitical risks. Communicate the vision continually through diverse forums, relating it to daily operations. Starbucks ensures store partners understand their role in the third place vision through regular town halls. Empower managers to translate high-level vision into specific, measurable objectives for their teams. Amazon cascades Jeff Bezos' customer-centric vision into key performance indicators for each department. With a compelling vision as a constant, the organization can weather change confident in its shared purpose and direction. An inspiring reason for being gives people meaning amid ambiguity. Building resilience to survive shocks in chaotic times. Resilience is survival. Research shows resilient organizations anticipate risks, learn from failures, and adapt effectively. Sutcliffe and Vogus. 2003. Leaders foster resilience through systems, structures, and culture. Develop scenario planning processes to systematically consider diverse threats in advance. 3M routinely examines disruptive technologies, economic shifts, and supply chain bottlenecks as part of strategy. Decentralize decision-making to empower rapid, localized responses when crises strike different business units unevenly. Toyota's regional structure facilitated agile COVID adaptations. Design, fail-safe, systems to limit damage from inevitable failures. Through practices like modular product design, diversified suppliers, and crisis simulations. Healthcare company Steris routinely breaks systems to test redundancies. Promote a learning culture where stakeholders feel psychologically safe to surface problems, and where lessons accumulate over time to build collective wisdom. At Google, post-mortem reviews ensure teams learn from outages and optimizations. Maintain strong cash reserves and credit to survive revenue drops, enabling flexibility rather than panicked cost-cutting. Procter & Gamble emerged from COVID stronger by limiting layoffs and investment. Resilient organizations continuously test, learn from, and inoculate themselves against disruption through adaptive systems and open-minded cultures. Leaders mitigate risks through vigilant scenario planning and decentralized decision-making, fostering collaboration in interconnected times as globalization and digitization intensify interdependencies between organizations and across industries. Collaboration becomes ever more critical for addressing super wicked problems. Levin et al. 2012. Leaders foster collaboration through cross-industry task forces and joint research initiatives to tackle issues like supply chain vulnerabilities and sustainability that require diverse perspectives. For example, the Alliance to End Plastic Waste unites plastic producers and consumers. Co-opetition strategies that leverage cooperation and competition contextually, forming partnerships where interests align and competing otherwise. Nike and Adidas jointly lobbied Congress on environmental issues while competing in product markets. Investing in platforms, ecosystems, and consortiums that break down silos and generate synergistic innovation through shared infrastructure and data. Ford partnered with many automotive suppliers through its integrated supply chain strategy, setting ambitious goals that require partner contributions, like Walmart's Project Gigaton to reduce emissions in supply chains. Creating shared incentives for suppliers and NGOs. Appointing chief collaboration officers to institutionalize partnership building and manage resources committed to cooperative initiatives. Abbott created this role during COVID to accelerate testing solutions. In an interdependent world, leadership requires bringing diverse players together for mutual benefit through trust and shared outcomes. Collaborative initiatives are investments that build social and intellectual capital to navigate complexity. Innovating for competitive advantage as shifts accelerate industries and disrupt business models. Leaders foster innovation capacity to gain advantage. OECD 2021. Innovative organizations cultivate an entrepreneurial culture where diversity and risk-taking are valued. Failures are learning opportunities, and ideas can surface from anywhere. At Google, 20% of employee time goes to moonshots. Invest heavily in R&D, including strategic partnerships and acquisitions. Iterating quickly through experimentation. Amazon spends over $50 billion annually in technology and content development. Establish dedicated innovation units with flexible structures separate from core operations. Leveraging digital tools for rapid prototyping and customer feedback. 3M created its $100 million corporate technical center for breakthrough innovations. Integrate frontline insights into innovation processes through ethnographic research. Co-creation workshops and pilot programs embedded in customer workflows. Toyota connects suppliers through its Production Academia Consortium. Offer incentives like hackathons and internal venture funds to motivate grassroots ideas that disrupt the status quo. Unilever runs annual Open Innovation Challenges for startups. Innovation becomes a sustained competitive advantage when leaders make it a company-wide habit through disciplined processes. Digital integration and grassroots participation in shaping the future. Agility and experimentation counter disruption. Conclusion: in a rapidly changing global context, business survival depends on navigating complexity through organizational resilience, vision, collaboration, and innovation. Leaders who cultivate these qualities position their companies to not just weather chaos but emerge stronger. With clarity of purpose, adaptive systems, partnership approaches, and a culture of continuous reinvention, organizations can thrive through periods of intense disorder and uncertainty. Focusing strategically on the human and technological dynamics of a volatile world enables companies to ride the waves of disruption rather than drown in them.